Hi, welcome to Tales from the Pool. I'm Erin Hart.
And I'm Brandon Nariman Jetty.
Nariman Jetty.
Yeah.
So, today we don't really have a guest. We went to the Love Ranch in Nevada, Crystal, Nevada, and we talked to, okay, here comes her name, Sonia Bandelik.
Sonia Bandelik.
Yeah, she is the madam on the menu at the Love Ranch, and we took a little tour with her. So it's really fun. Also, this month, I went to a retreat in Tucson, Arizona called Canyon Ranch. I just got back last week.
Okay, and how was the brainwashing?
It was not brainwashing. It's basically all about you, which I really liked. I got massages. I meditated a lot. I played with crystal bowls. If you've never played with a crystal bowl, it's a singing crystal bowl. You go, and it's like vibrations go into you, and you're like, oh my God, it feels so great. It's really cool.
I had a similar weekend. I had someone pack me a bowl of crystal. Similar reaction, actually. It was quite a good 48 hours straight of no sleep, so that was good. Perfect.
Yeah, so.
What did you take away from the retreat? Anything?
I took away just really slowing down and taking care of myself. And yeah, I think that's, basically taking care of myself and not everyone else around me all the time. And I don't know.
I've heard sometimes some of these turn into kind of just giant orgies. Was there a vibe of that a little bit?
No, but someone asked me in this one, because we took a lot of workout classes too, and this one man kept being in my workout class, and they go, is that your husband? So I just kept getting partnered up with him. He had a wife, and I have a husband, but it was like, that was my vacation, I guess, husband. But I didn't really talk to him that much. Just people
so
were like, you two are together, right?
It's your vacation husband, so you didn't fuck him either.
No.
You just, yeah. Was his wife there? Was that guy's wife?
Yeah, but never in our classes. Just.
Did you get a little three-way vibe from him? Or no?
No.
No? No. But that's what you got to start it yourself. You got to spark that fire. Interesting. Well, cool. Well, that's really dope.
Yeah.
That's a fun thing.
Yeah.
A couple things about this retreat before we play this video. One, Sonia Bandelik, she's awesome. She's great. She's the head madam in this ranch, and she also does some sex for money, and it's awesome.
Yeah. Madam on the menu.
Madam on the menu. Right before our interview, she had actually just seen a client who kind of was just, it was like a walk-in type client almost. It wasn't a planned appointment. Oh
yeah, and he when he saw me, he said, "Hi, Isabella," and I go, "Oh no, I don't work here."
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Wow, nice.
I look like Isabella.
Yeah. And then so we went into Sonia's room to film the interview, which you'll see in a couple minutes. And it was just a magnificent room. It was just, it was great. It was great. It was great to. It's like when you're walking through like a locker room where all the greats have played, all the football greats. You can just imagine, things have been said in there, and just the smells and the scents and.
The smell of love.
There was definitely a scent in there, so that was a good old time. Any other additional?
We talked to the driver. Remember how neat he was, Bill?
We did talk to a driver. Yeah.
The drive from Vegas there, I have to say, it was long and hot. So if you do make that drive, I would suggest getting a driver. What do you?
Yeah. I mean, if you can afford it, otherwise, you got to tough it out.
Well, yeah, I guess.
It's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the middle of a desert.
But it is an oasis in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
And there's a bar.
There is a bar.
With a pole.
There's a bar with a pole, yeah. And it's just, in
this town, I have to say that was the weirdest people at that Taco Bell we went to.
As is in most places where it's dry and hot, it was meth country, where basically there wasn't a strip house or a sex club and ranch house. What is this called?
Love Ranch.
Love Ranch, yeah. So basically, a lot of methed out people, but just making it happen, though, like smoking meth, but also living a life, not a great life, but they were doing it. So.
Well, Sonia says she doesn't really go outside the ranch.
You wouldn't want to.
No.
Yeah, no. No? Yeah, and then that's pretty much it. I think real quick, there was something about the guy who owns it, Dennis Hoff, there was some big news recently.
Yeah, what was that news? Do you know?
One of the ranches was closed down, was shut down, and then a Vegas court, or a Las Vegas, or a Nevada court rather, reopened it and said basically it can't be closed in the same way, which it was temporarily closed while it was kind of in litigation, and now this recent ruling said keep it open and you can't temporarily close it anymore.
Oh.
That was a big win. That was a big win for him.
Good for the ranches.
Yeah.
Good for Dennis Hoff.
Good for Dennis Hoff. Good for lonely guys. Just good for
Sonia. And her husband. He's the manager of the Love Ranch.
Which is crazy. Which is insane.
Yeah.
Yeah. Imagine just hearing your wife getting banged out. Just because his room was right next to her work room, her office, if you will.
Yeah.
Her sex office, and. Yeah, no, that's just crazy. Hearing your wife getting banged out and you're kind of just playing PlayStation or something, and it's just
another day at the ranch.
Yeah, that's ego management, though. I applaud that fellow for just being like, yeah, bang my wife. Who cares? Fill her with cum. Fill her to the tippy tip top.
Well, no, they wear condoms. Remember?
They do wear condoms.
There was a sign there that said condoms are mandatory.
Yeah. Actually, that's true. That is true.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I wanted to say something else. Dang it! There goes the thought.
That's fine.
I hate it when that happens.
And yeah, so yeah, we're just gonna play the video. You're gonna see what's what. You're gonna see the infamous Diletto, which is a stiletto with a dildo heel.
Yeah, I never knew that existed.
No.
There are many things I didn't know.
Most people don't know about that little patent. That little.
Oh, and I lost a fingernail in her room, so my fingernail's still at the ranch.
Yep, we said everyone check your rectum, and we still didn't find it. Didn't find it. Those things, they disappear. Yeah. But yeah, I guess let's start this video.
Let's start the video. Thank you.
Bye.
Hey. On the poll, I'm Erin Hart.
I'm Brandon Jetty.
Dead air.
I don't know if one goes.
I don't know.
We're here at the.
Let's see.
I don't know when.
This is like.
Here we go. Oh, that looks good. Okay.
Did you say support?
Glitchy?
Glitchy, very glitchy. Yeah, so we don't like glitchy. So we drove out here, Brandon and John and I, to the Love Ranch, and it has been a very wonderful experience so far.
Cool.
So, Sonia, you had an appointment earlier today.
Yes, I had a surprise appointment about the time we
A
were supposed
surprise
to get-
appointment. Okay,
Yes,
okay. And so, can you discuss what you did, or like what was the?
Sure, he wants to be in the book, so I can discuss him.
Oh.
I got the call, he had a driver, so the driver called the brothel to let us know that he was going to be here in an hour. So that's how I knew to let you know I was going to be late.
Okay, perfect.
He saw me earlier in the week, and generally his pattern was to go from girl to girl to girl, but he had such a good time with me that he decided to come back.
He's becoming monogamous to what we're working
Yes,
on.
exactly.
Oh, that's kinda
That's
sweet.
exciting.
Yeah, all
There's
my
a-
lovers
there's a-
stick with me.
A modern romance movie in the making, I feel like. You know, like a.
I actually have romances with a lot of my clients.
Ooh, I like this.
And see, that's, a lot of people assume that it's real cut and dried and there's no emotions. Shoot, you have emotions for your hairdresser after you've been to them for long enough. You feel something. So with this being so intimate, of course you're going to feel something after a while. And it's like when I was a teacher. When I was a teacher, I had all these kids, and sometimes I would hate them at the beginning of the year. But they would crawl under my skin and burrow into my heart, and then they would own me. It's just, but not. There was never a time when I was going to take any of them home. I wasn't going to pull them away from their life. I wasn't going to change anything. I just loved them.
Okay.
And it's the same thing with my clients. I have lovers that have been my lovers for years and years, and they come to me on a regular basis, and we have a relationship, and the feelings are real, and we're not worried about that because we understand. You know, there's lots of relationships that have love in them, and they're all different.
That's actually really kind of sweet. That's
It
actually
is
really
very
kind of. Oh my god! And then, so do you have a husband?
Yes, I do.
How does he
He's
manage
the
this?
general manager here, so he manages it pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah, so I work under my husband.
okay.
So no secrets, no
Many
secrets.
different
Yeah.
ways.
Oh, no, there's never been any secrets.
But so yeah, he has no issues with any of it.
No, and people ask that because they're making an assumption
Mhm.
that we're basing our life on the Judeo-Christian model of monogamous marriage. And we never have. We both were swingers our entire adult lives. So there was never a time in which we thought that sex was the definition of what a relationship should be. Now, sex is recreation, and it's something that you do to stay human, but it's not, it doesn't define a love relationship.
So you said you were swingers. You rather are a swinger. You've been a swinger your whole adult life.
Right.
But so was it hard to find other swingers back when you kind of started in your sexual adventures?
Or like when you were a teacher, is that?
Oh gosh, no.
No, definitely not hard to find, but whether or not
Yeah,
it's legal
it's not-
to do.
Oh, well, swinging is legal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but in
yeah,
terms of
yeah.
like when you were a teacher and like, oh, like this is a hot student, but
No,
I will draw
not
my
the students,
boundaries.
no.
Not with the students, never with the
Oh.
students. And that's something that actually came up after my student. He was a middle school student when I was his teacher, but then I quit teaching, wrote my book, lived some life, started working at the brothels, started making porn movies. Inevitably with social media, he saw one of my porn movies
Bless.
and
Wow.
messaged me about how excited he was. And it was very, very weird for me. He was plenty old enough. He was a man.
Okay, good. Okay. A
and
man like in terms of like bar mitzvah age, like 13. He's a real man.
a grown man, but see, the thing is like I said, there's all kinds of relationships that have love in them.
Mhm.
That was a teacher-student relationship. Totally different for me than these other relationships. So it was weird for me.
Did he come in?
No, thank goodness.
Oh, good.
thank goodness. That's kind of hot. That's
Yeah,
kind of hot.
no.
You know, the teacher, the student. He can,
It's really sweet. I loved him, but it's really sweet that he was turned on.
Did
But,
okay.
I've done role plays. Now
Role
that
play.
I don't mind. I have clients come in here. I was a Cub Scout leader for one of them.
Wow.
I've been Daryl Hall for one of them.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was.
Like with the spreading of the. No, that was Sharon Stone. I was thinking
that would be a fun role.
that
play.
would be
That
fun
would be
with the
really
white
fun.
dress.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, and I've done the teacher and I've done the mommy, and I can do that because I don't have a son. So it makes
Really?
it- yeah,
Oh,
so
okay.
if I had a
Okay.
son, that might be weird.
I have
for
a
me.
son, and yeah, that would be. Oh.
Yeah. but-
Weird or very hot, you know.
No.
Who knows? Freud, who knows? This is not a place of judgment. You know what I mean?
Yes,
Just have her-
and exactly.
See,
Animals
if I
have
did
fun.
girl on girl, I could pretend she's my daughter. I wouldn't have a problem. I don't have a daughter.
Oh, see, I
Okay.
do,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
I've had the offer, and
They better
No.
really sweeten that deal. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like really
even
sweeten that.
though the girls that I got paired up with look nothing like my daughters.
Yeah, just the thought. Yeah,
yeah.
that's bad.
Yeah, so, and that's the thing. Every girl's different. So, like, when you come in here, if you pick a girl from a lineup and you want that mommy-daughter experience, that threesome,
Mhm.
and if you pick me from the lineup, what I would do, essentially, I would have the choice of telling you that's really not my thing, and I'm going to direct you to a girl that might be her thing,
Okay.
or I could say, okay, but for $1 million.
So, like, what is stuff
Wow.
that's like really not your thing? You'd be like, no, not into
I'm not a brown shower girl.
brown shower. That's a good line to have, honestly.
Yeah, I'm really not.
I don't
Okay.
think I would be a brown shower girl either.
Yeah.
Something I don't like, by the way. Yes, about the smell of the brown. I feel like we're talking about UPS here, but no, just the smell of the brown. I don't mind. There's pee. People will pee or whatever, and
Yeah,
that
those I don't
generally
mind.
is fine. It's like a liquid. It's like water. It just washes away. But there's something about the brown. I'm not a fan of.
So
okay.
that's, I only have sex with human animals.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a little bit to process that. Okay, because there are horses around here.
Yes,
We
but-
have seen that.
They're not human.
Yes,
Yeah.
only human animals.
Okay.
Nothing where I kill, like, they have like the fetish where you step on bugs or something. I don't kill.
Oh my God, they do.
Yeah.
Certain.
Yeah, so I'm not going to kill anything or hurt anything for sexual stimulation.
No
So
animals
that's-
were hurt in the making of this orgasm.
Exactly.
Oh, good, good.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay,
Yeah.
You can put the rabbit symbol on your
Yes.
movie.
Keys.
fantastic. Okay, yeah, you get
Yeah.
a PETA overwatch it. That's fantastic.
Yes.
Any other limits you have?
I am negotiating a party right now, and I'm still up in the air about it, with a sadist. It's going to be 3 days of torture in a motorhome.
You get tortured or they?
Mhm.
Oh.
So, yeah, I've had it the other way around,
Yeah.
but I've never been on the receiving end.
Yeah.
So, it's a substantial amount of money, a life-changing amount of money.
Wow.
So now I have to weigh life-changing money, life-changing potentially experience. And I
Okay.
don't know how it might change my life, the experience. So now you're gonna have to decide, is all money good money? So that's a decision I haven't made yet.
So, what are some of the things where you're like, okay, they're kind of pushing the boundaries a bit right here?
Well, one of the things, I'm going to be hiring a dungeon master to sit out in front of the door.
That's what I wanted to ask.
Yes.
Do you have someone to watch over and make sure you're
Right.
safe?
So I'll have a dungeon master who is in tune with the BDSM culture, who understands, and he's been a dungeon master at other dungeons. So
Prior to that, he was a dungeon master with Dungeons and Dragons, so he had a lot of
Yes.
experience. That's
He's
kind of
from
like
Silicon Valley.
That's the
Yes.
that's the internship coming into that position. It's like, okay,
Yes.
no dungeon master in that fake fantasy D23,
Right.
and you know, you got
yeah, so he'll listen for my safe word. He'll come in and check periodically to make sure that the restraints are appropriate.
What's the safe word?
Pineapple.
It could be pineapple, but I don't think that in the heat of pain I would probably.
Yeah.
I'd probably uncle is the thing that I.
Uncle. Wow. Okay.
Because I won't kill
that's
the mood
awesome.
completely. Still, a little kinky.
Okay. Yeah. Nice. And then if it's something regarding like breathing, it's probably like a tap, right? You're like tapping, like, hey.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So we'll work all of that out, but it's still, I'm going to be willingly receiving pain. I'm going to be willingly humiliated.
What type of pain?
The canes.
Okay.
Canes are pretty tough.
They are hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
No. They are
Yeah.
unexpectedly kind of painful.
Yes.
But do they hit you on like the buttocks or like the back
The
or
legs? Yeah.
legs?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's
so-
the part I would hate.
I know.
legs,
So
legs.
all of these things, these little details, these potential scenarios, you got to think about. So we get all kinds of offers, and that's why we can't set a price for any girl for anything, because what I might charge to have an experience like that is going to be different from what another girl would charge, and another girl won't do it at all. And then that next girl will be saying, "Oh my God, I would do that for free, but I'll charge simply because I'm a professional."
Wow.
So you just
Wow.
never know.
Yeah.
So it's going to be different for everybody.
And I was gonna say, fun fact I learned watching some videos is it's illegal in the state of Nevada to set prices because
Right.
you have to negotiate them.
Yeah, every price is negotiated, every party's negotiated, and that's actually a wonderful thing because in my first marriage it was sort of manipulative and I was kind of exploited, and I had been called a doormat more than once. The negotiation is so above board, so clear cut. You sit down at the bed, he says what he wants, I say if it's okay with me. He says what value he puts on it. I say what value I put on it. We agree. He honors the value.
Are there cameras that watch?
Oh,
it?
not in here.
Oh, not in here, but
No,
in
except
other.
right now.
Yeah, in other rooms. So with the
In the
girls.
hallways, in
Oh,
the
okay.
public, the sensitive areas on the doors and stuff like that. you know.
Have you had men that have argued like, no, I didn't say that, or it's he said, she said?
No. When a man is on the verge of getting pussy, he's the sweetest person on the planet.
That is true. Oh, is that like your the fireman?
They all call, yes. Dinner's on the table.
Oh,
so
dinner's on the table.
It's a
okay.
dinner call.
It's not
Oh.
a guy. I was like, get out there.
I thought it was I
There's a
also
fire
thought
to
it
put
was.
out.
Yes, it's a dinner call.
That was like a roll call, like ladies to the front. We gotta do the lineup or whatnot.
No, that's a bell.
That's
They'll
a
ring a bell over and over
Oh.
again. It's a particular chime, so yeah. So
like
they
at
all
Trader
know.
Joe's almost.
Mhm.
Oh. Oh, yeah, the ding ding.
Yes,
Interesting.
exactly.
Okay, perfect. And then where was I going to go with the questioning?
So we were talking about pricing and different things before.
Pricing. Okay, so if there was a gal that wanted to get started in this area.
Okay, she would apply. She'd go to the bunnyranch.com and go, and they have a little thing she can click on if she's interested in working. And all she's going to do is put her name and contact information. At that point, we send out an automated letter. And the reason we do that is because there's so much information. Most people who are not in the industry don't know all the details. They don't know the laws. They don't know what to expect. They don't know what kind of investment they need to make, or they don't know how to prepare for it. So we send all that information out first so that she can decide if she still wants to do it.
Perfect.
And then if she still wants to do it, she sends in pictures and information about herself, which we go through.
And what type of information about herself would she send?
Mine is really simple because I just never know. Girls surprise you. Well, you probably know that. Girls,
Definitely.
girls can surprise you. So go by the picture, and I do it purely to get diversity on the lineup because guys like what they like. And we have a small lineup. We have 8 to 10 girls. So we have 8 to 10 chances of hitting the exact right look that he's looking for. So we don't want all the girls to look alike. So I might have a girl that's applied and she's a gorgeous, sweet little 20-something blonde, but I might have 2 blondes on the lineup already. I might be looking for a chocolate girl because we don't have a chocolate girl in the lineup. So, or I might be looking for an Asian girl. Or I might be looking for, like I had a request for a lactating girl. So yeah, like guys like that. They get back to the breasted mama. Yeah, they like
very
it.
Freudian. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Plus, you get a free drink while you're having sex.
Yes. You hydrate as you dehydrate.
Yeah, absolutely. And then, so like right now, like what do you guys have a need for per se right now?
I could use an Asian girl. I could use a black girl.
Okay.
Because we actually have a pretty good diversity. We've got a Hispanic girl. We've got girls like the little tiny spinner type girls. We got the bigger, rounder, curvier girls. We got all the different hair colors, which you'd think that wouldn't matter, but sometimes guys are very specific about what they want.
That's true.
Different body types, different cultures.
So, and you said spinner. That means of such a lightweight that you...
She's a tiny little thing, very compact.
Spinner.
You could just
Spinner.
spin her on the pole.
Okay, on the pole. Okay.
The pole.
On the pole.
Interesting.
Now, we were talking earlier about something I learned. It was off camera. In Las Vegas, there's a large number of prostitutes that are
Not legal.
not legal and have HIV
Right.
and different diseases, and not one girl has ever been from a brothel with a disease.
Exactly.
And I heard you turn down a lot of girls that do apply.
Well, no, we don't necessarily turn them down. When I say they come in hot, the law is that you have to be clear of all disease, or you can't you can't get on the lineup. You can't, until the doctor clears you, you can't get your sheriff's card. Now, in my whole history, it hasn't been recently, but in my whole history of working in the brothels, the only time I've ever had girls come in hot is from strip clubs.
Oh yeah, that's what you were saying.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, what happens when a girl comes in hot is she's dead in the water. She has to go to the doctor. She's got to get whatever it is cleared up so that she can pass a test. And then as soon as she can pass a test that she's clean, she can go ahead and go for her sheriff's card. But you have to be clean in the brothel. You can't have anything.
So it's just mainly an STD test. There's no, paper written test examination, no essay test.
No.
Okay, that's cool. Why do you want to be?
And if you have HIV, you cannot work.
Oh, absolutely not. You'll never
Okay.
pass, ever.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some things that you just can't get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
But, like some of us, like I have the shot for hepatitis because, I went to acupuncture school. There's some of the other girls that have the shot, what is that vaccination?
HPV.
HPV, they've got the
Yeah.
vaccination. So a lot of girls have extra layers of protection in addition to all the testing, all the safe sex, all the, the good practices.
And condoms are mandatory.
Condoms are mandatory, absolutely. Yeah.
Good. And then even with blowjobs,
Yes, with the,
And then what about if a customer or whoever wants to go down on a lady? Dental
They-
dams?
yes.
Oh.
There's, some girls just simply use saran wrap. I had one girl, when I first heard of that, I thought, that's just, I can't even imagine licking saran wrap.
Yeah.
But I had one girl that was a master at putting it onto the vagina and getting it on all the little folds and everything.
Wow.
And we were in a 2-girl party, and when she went down on me, I sat up because I thought she forgot the plastic. It was as real gets.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah,
I imagine.
so you can come through that.
Interesting.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Is there ever kind of an application of maybe like a blow dryer on it to kind of heat
That's what I was
heat
thinking.
onto
Yeah.
it? Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Where it kind of like forms to it more when it's hot. Is that a thing?
Well, we could try it.
Mm.
If you want to get
Very interesting.
Try it with a condom on your dick too. Let's see how that feels.
Perfect. So there was a large metal bowl to the side.
Oh, Peter
the
Pan.
Peter Pan.
Okay, so now we called it Peter Pan. I don't know what that
Okay,
means.
stand up,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
hold this.
Yes.
We do a DC. It's called a dick check.
Okay.
So you would have warm soapy water in here and a
Uh-huh.
washcloth.
Uh-huh. Dick comes out.
And we wash it, and as we're washing it, we check everything up close and personal.
Okay.
We check for bumps, lesions, rashes. We also have the baby wipes, which we put some stuff in there that when we wipe that clean,
Mhm.
we look into your eyes, and if your eyes don't water, you're good to go.
No way.
We also get a little pre-seminal fluid just to check, and if it comes out nice and clear, instead of like with a color or whitish, good to go.
Really?
In the entire time, and then you're done with this, you're all washed,
Mhm.
you're all cleaned, you passed your test, you didn't even have to study.
How do you get the pre? How do you get the pre come out?
It does, with
It
the
comes
excitement,
out, Brandon.
very easily. They weep for me.
They wait. Oh, the wailing wall over here. I like it. Okay. And then and if pre cum comes out not clear, what does that mean?
And you got something.
Really?
Really?
Yeah.
It's not just if it's white. It's not just maybe a little bit of cum or something.
No, not
I
at that
never knew
stage.
that.
Not at that
Interesting.
stage.
Interesting. Okay, good to know. Good. So that's the first. So you get them in here, get them to the bowl,
Right.
get them in the mixing bowl. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we get tested.
Mhm.
We practice safe sex, we check. Now, here's the thing, all of this, plus the people that come to a brothel are not the same kind of people that will get drunk and take a girl out to a parking lot that he's just met 5 minutes ago to have sex. They're
Yeah.
not the same group of people. If you're gonna pay to have sex, you're paying for something you could get for free. So why would you do that? You do that because you want a better experience. It's like instead of eating Spam at home, you're gonna go out for a lobster dinner. You have some taste, you have some standards. The people who can afford to pay for sex generally have something to lose in their life. Their family, their career, their reputation. It matters to them. So they are some of the safest people on the planet.
Interesting, because I know we're around a very religious community, and so I'm sure there's like it's such a taboo, wonderful kind of thing for them to just come in here.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's so dirty. It's so awesome.
Oh, I
It's just
know.
like a wonderful.
And then
thing.
they know they're safe
They know
going
they're
back
safe.
to their
Oh, that's
community.
perfect.
Yeah, one of my regular clients, and he's a good practicing Christian. He actually is. He like feeds the poor. He gives showers to the homeless. He,
Brown showers.
Not-
No, regular showers.
regular
clear.
showers. But he's the reason that I knew that during this whole political shenanigans with Dennis Hoff, he's the reason I knew that the opposition was going to the pulpits with their politics. Because he said, they're not preaching the word of Christ in the churches. He said, I got up and left because they're preaching politics in the churches.
Wow.
So that really offended him because he actually is religious. But he's a single guy. He's not married. He wishes he were, but he's not. And so I get to see him to take care of those human needs that God gave him.
Perfect. And so you're able to maybe get some information maybe while you're jacking them off. Just like, how are they doing on that side? Just a little bit of insider info.
You're a spy.
That's right.
That's perfect.
I would better cover.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Okay, and then so we have here as well We have a pair of shoes.
Dilettos.
Dilettos.
I got these from Man Babe, and he.
Man Babe.
Yes.
Oh, shout out to Man Babe.
Yeah, Man Babe. He inherited a dildo factory that had been shut down, and didn't know what to do with all the dildos. Now these were a lot of forms for dildos. So he first started making some weird art. He goes to Burning Man, so little weird dildo art. But then they came up with the idea of Dilettos. Now he had a whole line of them. Now these are the kinds you can walk on because this is just a plastic form, so it's hard. But he also had the real dildos. Those were longer. So real good foot fetish thing here. You have to kneel. You have to walk on your hands and knees. You can't walk on the actual shoe. And then you get to the bed, and for the guy that has the foot fetish, getting violated with a shoe is actually very exciting.
So it fits because it looks like this thing is in the way.
Well, no, this
No,
one's
this would be
just
longer.
this is just for walking. He has some. You could screw this off and screw on another one, and it'll be
yeah.
longer, and it's the real deal.
So you get about that much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it doesn't
Makes
go
a lot of
deep, but
sense.
you smack his butt with the bottom of your shoe at the same time you're penetrating him.
Wow.
Yeah, so-
Amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
there's all kinds of sex toys.
And so the brand name is Dilettos.
Stilettos, yeah.
Amazing. Okay. And this company's still in business? He's still doing?
Gosh, I don't know. I knew him when I was here before. I haven't been able to make contact with him again.
Who
Yeah.
knows if the shoes have gotten different quality? Maybe they've been shipped off to China. Who knows? But
Oh,
these
come
are
back with a
classic
smaller-
Dilettos.
Smaller.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Very, very cool.
And also, you have recently written a book.
Let's get-
Well, I've written a couple of books.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, my first book, Twisted Passage, was based on amateur sex lifestyles. Nudist, swinging, partying your ass off, sex, drugs, rock and roll, how to fuck that up with bad decisions. But then people kept coming up to me after I'd written it, and they were saying, "Oh, Sonia, I'm so sorry. Are you okay?" And it's like, no, time has passed. I'm fine. And I thought, I cannot let that book define me.
Yeah.
So I decided to write another book, and I thought, well, what will be interesting? Well, to me, sex is interesting.
Mhm.
And I thought, well, I've already done sex, but what haven't I done? And that was commercial sex. So I threw myself in gonzo journalism style into the story, and I decided I'm going to just go to the brothels, and I'm going to use the excuse that I'm writing a book, so I won't look ridiculous, because I thought everybody had to be a teenager or early 20s or a superstar to work at the brothels.
Mhm.
Oh, this is how you got
And I
started.
was 51.
Yeah, okay.
So I got started, I got on my first lineup at 51 under the excuse that I was writing a book.
Just in my head, I imagine you just also, while you're having sex, you're just like penning it as well. Like, this chapter 1,
Yeah.
missionary today.
And basically I wrote as I went. And it was supposed to be just about sex.
Mhm.
I figured, a bunch of sex stories, that's fun to read. But the reality is that it was a real journey, and it was going to be about women's sexuality. I was going to be a journey about my life and kind of self-discovery. I discovered men's sexuality, and how important it is to understand that, because there's no way I would ever understand myself without understanding men. And there's no way I would have known how little I understood about men until I came to the brothel. It changed everything for me, changed my sexuality completely, opened me up, cracked me open, made me multi-orgasmic, easily orgasmic.
Wow.
It just changed everything, because when the brain is the biggest cock blocker a woman has. And when that got broken open and when it got expanded, it made it so much easier to come, because I didn't get in my own way.
Oh, yeah.
So what did you learn about the
That.
male sexuality that kind of helps?
Well, in swinging, because I told you I was always in swinging, so there's always those machinations where the seduction is trying to happen, and the guy comes up and he's pretending to be interested in you because he hopes you're going to fuck him, and so you're pretending to believe that he's interested in you, but you know why he's talking to you, and so I was very cynical, and I didn't really believe anything any guy told me, because I just assumed that all the things that were marketed to us that men think with their little brain and all of this kind of stuff, and that men are shallow and that sex is, it's all fake. It's not real at all. Men are probably more sensitive than women any day of the week. When I was at the brothel and a man came to pay for sex, so he's paying, he gets to do anything he wants. In his best fantasy, he gets to name it. And 98% of the men that come to the brothel who are paying for it want my pleasure. They don't even care if they don't get pleasure. They want my pleasure.
I get that.
Yeah, but
Brandon's all deep in this.
Yeah, no, this
but
is...
outside of the brothel, if a guy told me that, I would just figure he's bullshitting me.
Yeah.
I wouldn't believe him. But I believed it here because time after time after time, a man who gets to pick anything he wants, and he's come here and he's saved up money just to have his fantasy, that's his fantasy.
Wow.
It opened my heart up. I mean, it just changed everything because now I can relax and enjoy and take my pleasure, allow my pleasure to happen because I believe that he actually wants that.
Amazing, yeah, because I think a lot of guys, myself included, you're like, does the female orgasm even exist? Who knows? I don't know. The sign's still out. Maybe someone, maybe not other women.
Yes,
yeah,
it
that's
exists.
amazing. Sure. I'll believe it.
Yeah.
When you see
occurs.
it.
Yeah, it occurs. Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
That's funny.
And so, definitely we want to give this book a little bit of shine right here.
Yes.
The Sex Warrior.
Yes.
Yes.
Like this. Wearing a little chainmail bra on the front.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so you could get bit by a shark because it's Shark Week.
Oh, yeah.
Right on the
There
tip.
you
Yeah.
And you'd be fine.
And is
A
this-
nurse shark.
Yeah, and there's Shark.
Is this on Amazon or?
Not currently. I actually wrote this book, and I got a hold of Dennis Hoff because somebody told me he had this show or something. And,
This some show.
and I thought if I could get on that, and I will show my book and start my book tour.
Mhm.
And instead, what happened? I got a hold of Dennis Hoff, and he made me his Madam on the Menu, and I've been doing this ever since. So I never did go on that book tour.
Okay,
Yeah,
and a
so-
madam on the menu means just a working girl here?
No, it means that I am both the madam of the house, I run the girls, I run the house, and I'm also on the lineup. I'm the only madam on the menu in the United States, and certainly Dennis is only madam on the menu.
So, what are some of the duties that are involved in being a madam in terms of to the girl?
Well, when you talked about recruitment, you know, how girls come in, I'm the one who kind of educates the girls who are applicants and talks to them and calls them out and makes a decision about the mix on the lineup. I regulate. One of the reasons why I'm on the lineup, it's so important to me. When I was a teacher, we were on the front line, and everybody except for the people that were in the classroom that actually knew what was going on were making decisions for us.
Mhm.
All these administrators that didn't have anything to do.
I've heard that from a lot of
Yes.
teachers, yeah.
And it seems so insane that the people who don't know what's going on, who are not intimate with what's happening and where, like here, the money, the girls pay everybody's salary. No, this house would not be standing without the girls.
Mm-hmm.
So the girls are our source of income for everybody. So I want to be intimate with that. I want to be right there on the lineup. I'm going to be following the same rules that I'm enforcing. I'm going to be coming up with the policies based on my personal experience on the lineup so that I understand what they need and what they're going through and what helps them best. So that's one of the reasons why I wanted to be on the menu and be the madam at the same time.
So there's never like a kind of like more of like a boot camp type thing where you're making like a girl like jack off a dildo for like 30 hours or something in the rain or...
We did have a lot of fun. You know those that exercise thing that's supposed to help
Oh,
you?
yeah.
Shake weight.
Yeah, the shake weight.
We had a fun little live stream with those.
Oh, that's fun. I like
Do you have
that.
like who could go the longest?
Yes. Yeah.
Nice.
No way.
And who worked the biggest one, and yeah.
There should be like a sex Olympics.
Yes.
Like a shake weight event.
And then I
Shake
also
weight.
they have these. It's over there. It's you. I don't know if you heard about the woman with the strongest vagina.
No.
She puts a little plug up into her vagina, and it's got a little hook on it where you can add weights, and she can hold those weights on there. Now it's specially built stuff, but I thought, wouldn't that be fun if we had like a friendly little contest amongst the girls? So I got something, and it's for kegels,
Mhm.
but it actually is like a balloon type of a thing. and it's got a little meter on it, so you can move the dial with your kegels.
Wow.
So I thought, wouldn't that be fun? We could go on, stick it in there, go on live stream, show the little dial moving.
It's so important to do kegels too.
Yes, and plus that's a fun little
It's
dial.
like a variation on the who can punch the hardest, those machines in the bar. This is
Yeah.
with the pussy. That's
Yes.
fantastic.
Yes.
My sister's a nurse, and she told me if women don't have strong vaginas, this is a little new fun fact, that your uterus, as you age, can fall out.
Yes.
So that's
And
why
see-
kegels are so important.
And that's why lots of orgasms are important, because
Oh, really?
automatically, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like Kegels without the effort.
nice.
It's awesome, yeah.
They're
So
Good to
a
know.
lot of orgasms, very healthy for a woman.
Very helpful.
honestly,
Yes.
there should be in the future at some point. There should be a sex Olympics. There should be something like this. I think it'd be really fun to watch. I think it'd be really great and just
Yes.
a good old time. Okay.
Yeah, because with technology, you can measure orgasms, so no faked orgasms. Who has the most orgasms in this period of time?
Wow.
we have the
you
long
can
jump,
tell.
the long
Volume of liquid for squirting.
The long jump, the long
Wow.
squirt is what I was about to say.
Mhm.
It can still be
The
on
long
sand. Still have it on sand and just wow.
Oh, actually, that reminds me, I have a good friend, hey Nix, she did an event for us. She shoots ping pong balls out of her vagina.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Oh
what
my
we did,
god, get an actual game going.
we did. The guys took bets, and then they got to stand in their square, and so they would win if her ping pong ball landed in their square.
Oh
Wow.
my god.
Yeah,
That
it was
doesn't
fun.
Pommel horse with just a giant dildo on it. Just all these variations.
It could be a whole
carnival.
carnival.
There's so much fun that can be had with sex, because
Wow.
sex is everything, and that's another thing I found out is there is nothing that isn't sex.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how but I like the sound of that. That is
No,
fantastic.
if you think about like entertainment, like
Everything is.
there's always sexual or whatever that word is.
Yeah.
When you find out all the things that turn people, like
Yeah.
the first time I let somebody give me a foot massage at a bar.
Oh my God. Introduce me to that man.
Well, that's what I'm thinking, but then I got chastised because that was his sexual gratification. He needed to negotiate for that.
Oh.
Does a guy? Because I've always been curious about that. Does a guy come in his pants from giving a woman a foot massage?
Oh, yeah.
I don't get that.
They can.
Really?
So when they see open-toed shoes, they're
It depends. The foot fetish is the most common fetish. And the reason is because of body language. Like right now, we're all crammed together on the couch, so, we've got my legs crossed.
yeah.
But typically, the feet tell you what's going on. And most people read that language without consciously knowing it. So a lot of men who subconsciously are looking at a woman's feet to find out if she's sexually available end up getting aroused when she is. So like if you were talking and my feet were pointing to you, that means that you have my attention. If the legs spread, if the legs turn this way, depending on how you cross your legs, all of those things are signals. So a lot of guys get hyper-focused on those feet to find out if a woman is sexually available, and that becomes the fetish.
So it's not actually just, and maybe for some, but it's not usually just the appearance of the feet and the toenails. It's kind of just what they're doing.
It varies wildly. It varies wildly, because some of them, I keep my feet really, I got surprised one time at the bar and a guy stuck my foot in his mouth, and thank goodness it was clean. But they don't always care if it's clean.
Yeah, they don't. They
And that's what I found out too, but I keep my feet really clean. But some of them like your feet really clean and perfect and manicured, and they love the elegance of the foot. Some like the whole humiliation end of it, abuse, like with the shoe, abusing them with your feet. I had one guy that came, and this was as badass as I get. I was doing those little Charlie Angels kicks to his chest and stomach, which made him come.
Wait, I'm sorry. What's a Charlie Angels kick?
Yeah.
Like one of those, like a front
Yeah,
kick?
I'm not wearing underwear, so I can't show you right now, but...
Yeah, that's fair. Wow, but that's amazing though. That kicking someone in the stomach gets them to come. That's amazing.
And
Yeah.
I had another one, we were having sex and he was getting ready to come. I was on the bottom with my shoes on, and he should have, these shoes actually. And he told me afterwards that he wished that I would have kicked him in the chest with my shoe when he was coming, because this little thing right here would make a bruise, make a real small bruise. But that bruise would remind him of his orgasm. So like when he's driving home and he could feel the bruise, it would take him back to his orgasm.
Wow.
Amazing. Yeah, I've known actually a couple of girls that are like that as well. They like marks or whatnot because it does remind them like a little bit of.
Kind of
sex
like
or
my
something.
dog. She just died, and I have a bite mark from her. Oh, and I want to get it
That's-
tattooed.
Pretty
Baby
dissimilar.
girl.
Pretty dissimilar.
Yes.
Very similar. Okay. I feel like I want to take a kind of a tour around your room
Sure.
here at the house.
Okay.
This is gonna be fantastic.
Okay.
We can talk about some of this. Get this kind of going on location. Perfect. Okay. So let's just start over here to begin with.
Okay.
This is the preferred.
Here, do you want to come?
This is the preferred lube.
No, this is Nuru.
This is
what
new.
I was talking to you
This is
about.
the stuff?
Yes, this is the
Okay,
body.
so-
Very exciting, very exciting.
Now, here, I'm going to show you a little something.
It's magic.
Okay.
If it tightens skin, I need it.
And so this isn't just normal lube.
No. It's kind of hard to...
You can really see. It looks watery.
Yeah, it looks just like water.
So, what is the advantage of this lube here?
Always worry about the décolleté.
What we do, I put a plastic sheet here.
Mm-hmm.
I use the Peter Pan.
The Peter Pan.
Okay.
I pour a bunch of Nuru in there, and then I pour the Nuru over us. It slithers down our bodies onto his body. We can do a frontal slide, and it slides pretty quick, so it's kind of funny. So you're kind of getting aroused and you're laughing at the same time.
Yeah.
But now you got boobies in your face, and then now I've got other things in my
With the
face.
adult slip and slide.
It's gonna come now.
Or you can spin me around on your stomach and have me from every angle that you want, and vice versa. It's great for a multi-person party.
Oh, fun.
Okay.
The more the merrier with Nuru.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. So this is the preferred lube,
No,
or not lube, but for the.
but that's for the Nuru party. Now, I use actual lube but I don't usually need lube. I get kind of excited.
Oh, okay. Okay. Nice.
But it's there. And actually the lube is more for the guys if they want pegging. Yeah, because they do.
The
Then they
picking
do.
like the with the shoe.
No,
Or
with the
anything.
strap on.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Because they want, a lot of guys want penetration. You know, a lot of things are taboo for guys, it's not taboo for girls. Girls are encouraged to go girl on girl. Oh yeah, baby, kiss her, lick her tits. They want the girls to get together. Nobody's like hooting and hollering telling the guys to get together. But guys don't think about sex any less than girls do. As a matter of fact, they probably think about it more.
More. Yeah, definitely.
So
more.
why would they have less fantasies than girls have? It doesn't make any sense. Guys have just as many fantasies as girls do. So they come to the brothels for those fantasies that they're not encouraged to live out.
Yeah.
So they want
Once
to try
again,
them out.
they get
in the brothel.
repressed, and then just makes it spring that much harder out
Right,
where they want it.
right, and frankly, you're right, in the more repressed areas, because like whenever I did a biracial, interracial porn film, and I was living in Tennessee, and I thought, oh God, I'm gonna have crosses burning in my yard.
Oh, yeah.
No, they're very excited about it. There's a lot of guys out there that are very, very excited about the whole concept, probably more so there,
Yeah.
because it's taboo. The taboo, and I was told on the porn set, the producer, he said, thank God for that, because, you know, it stays taboo and we make a lot of money
Oh
off of
yeah.
it. So as long as we have that, we're gonna make money in porn.
Do you get a lot
Nice.
of women that ask you, like, more, like, women your age, like, what do your children think, or what do your parents think?
What I did is I thank you, first husband, for this, because I did preemptive self-defense. I knew he would out me on anything,
Oh.
any chance he got. So I decided to do everything in a white out, open, white hot spotlight, tell everybody everything, leave nothing behind, before I even did it.
Oh, that's smart, yeah.
So my daughters absolutely are proud of me and love what I do, and we're all open about it, and there's no secrets. And thank goodness, because he did find out that I did porn, and not knowing that she already knew, said, oh look, oh my God, your mother's doing porn, she's a whore, So he did that, and she's like laughing, yeah, Dad, I know. So he didn't have a chance to get me.
Good.
So
Wow.
I
You have to thank him.
yeah, I do have to thank him because he taught me that. He taught me how to protect myself.
And so with your daughters or whatever, there wasn't any initial friction from kind of
No,
fantastic.
no,
That's
no.
how you raised
Yeah,
them up.
and see, here's the thing. I had to think about being a mom. You know, you want certain things for your kids. You want them to be happy. You want them to live full lives. You want their dreams to come true. And then what you have to look at is that you're the example that they're going to follow, not what you tell them.
Yep.
So like if you live your life being a third-class citizen and sacrificing everything for everybody else's needs and making sure that, you know, everybody else gets what they want but you never get what you want, that's what you're teaching her to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Completely.
So I realized that if I want my daughter to go out there and be brave and bold and not listen to those shrill voices from the sidelines telling her she can't do something, if I want her to go after her dreams no matter what they are, I'm going to have to do that and show her how it's done.
Nice.
So,
Well done.
and she's doing it. She's doing it.
Well, good.
What does your daughter do now?
One daughter's a nurse, and the other one is married to a doctor, and she's in fitness, and she's a body artist.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so.
Do you get workout advice from her? Because I noticed your
Absolutely.
body.
Absolutely.
If you guys haven't seen a picture of her nude, by God, you gotta see it. She looks amazing.
Dr. Quaz, Kwaz, that's my son-in-law, and he does customized workout routines, diet, and other advice to fine-tune and get quicker results that last. And he does it very specifically to your lifestyle.
Oh, nice.
Because what's going to happen is if he doesn't do that, nobody's going to stay off of their lifestyle. You're going to go
Yeah.
back to it.
Yeah, that's
So it's got to be the foods that you like to eat. It's got to be kind of the pattern that you do anyway, and he just makes it fit so that you get incrementally better. But
Oh,
this is-
I gotta look him up.
Yes, you do.
Absolutely.
Kwaz.
Okay,
Dr. Quaz.
I will. And I noticed you also do life coaching.
I do.
Really?
And that
Aaron
is-
was just using a life coach recently.
Yes,
Yes.
I just hired one for my son.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, my life coaching comes with and without sex, depending on what you want.
Oh, that's a great little add-on there. This is a good idea. And you really kind of can get into their mind if you're fucking and be like, hey, do better in life. Come on. That's like a way better. You're in. Breaking down the boundaries.
Well, actually, I had a guy just recently. He wrote me this wonderful review, and it was a really powerful session. He had been abused as a kid, and he was working that out as an adult. And it was sort of like sexual rolfing. But we had a goal for him to be able to work out some things. So we did some role plays and things like that. And then we'd have counseling sessions, and then I would give him Reiki, because I'm also a Reiki master. So I would give him energy treatments in between. So it was a combination of sex, of energy treatments, and of talk therapy.
Wow.
So that's, yeah, it's heavy when you do stuff like
What
that.
does something like that go for?
It went for a nice,
Adjustable prices.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow, that's
I
great.
can't
Yeah.
tell what
Okay. Yeah.
That is, like a one-stop shop for just...
Because that's everything.
And
yeah.
plus, it's because of the laws restricting sex and touching people and all that, which, you know, even in teaching, you used to be able to hug your kids. But,
Yeah.
you know, there's,
You can't.
and no, it's.
Really?
Can't
Yeah.
really initiate any physical contact.
Yeah, life has become so restrictive,
Wow.
and we need the human touch. And frankly, sex is a huge healing force in the world. So when you're able to throw that into the other mix, it makes everything just that much more powerful.
Yeah, well, if you think about it, like, we are becoming a very isolated society with, you know, we do everything online, work from home, cell phones, we sit at dinner, we don't talk to each other, and yeah, and teachers can't hug. I didn't know this.
Yes, you're not allowed to.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you gotta be very careful. Like my husband was, we were both teachers, and he was standing there, and some adolescent girls were his students, were standing around, and they were like doing this, making fun of the skin on his arm and stuff like that. And I said, honey, they can't be touching you. And he didn't think anything of it.
Wow.
But, you know, male teacher, you gotta be careful.
Super careful.
Yeah, so
Wow.
I said, you need to tell those girls they can't touch you.
That's sad.
Yes, it is sad because it was just normal. What was
Yeah.
happening was just normal and regular. But,
Well, yeah, and it's a few teachers, you know, that kind of ruin it for everyone
Well,
else.
yeah.
and
They
I'll
don't-
tell you
yeah.
what, in the news, almost every single time it's a substitute teacher who's not really a teacher, but they call him a teacher in the news because it makes better headlines. Usually that's the
Section
case.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. Okay, let's move over to these
Okay.
toys over here. Let's see what's going on.
All right.
I'm very curious. Alrighty, okay.
Okay, now this one is a strap-on that you can put,
Now this, I've seen the guy.
Oh.
Are you kidding me?
yeah, so you can put customized, so you can change sizes. So like we might want to start with this size, but we want to work our way up.
Does that come off? And
Yeah, everything.
I mean, does it get lodged in there ever?
Oh, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Okay, and this
No.
is because this reminds me of the guy from Slipknot. He kind of wears something very
Oh, yeah.
similar.
Yes.
Interesting.
Now,
okay.
some of them just want to start off. They don't want to switch. So, you know, I'll wear this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
okay.
actually, tranny fetish is really big these days.
Okay.
Because
okay.
I guess it's more open online and people are seeing it and they're seeing tranny porn.
Mhm.
So they want titties and a penis.
Wow, they want the best
They
of
want
almost
everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
They want to be
Understandable.
penetrated, but by a girl.
Fair enough. Okay.
And if you've got titties, you're a girl.
And so,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Actually, there you.
There you go.
There you go. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was
perfect.
given to me as a little gift from a client who couldn't keep it in his house.
Now, this looks like an opium pipe, but it is
It
not.
does.
There's no what? What is
Now this was a
now?
wonderful vibrator until somebody got over enthusiastic. It gets heated
Mhm.
and it vibrates, but somebody got very, very enthusiastic with it.
Oh.
So-
This is why you don't lend out your toys. You know what I mean?
Yes, I know, I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah, we're always learning that. We're
Yes, but-
always learning that.
But it's a good shape and that warmth, that's really nice.
yeah, looks like
Okay, then we have the clothespins.
Clothes. I'm guessing that's not
Oh.
for hanging clothes.
No,
Not every time. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead. Not nipple guy,
there you go.
but okay. Yeah. Perfect. You do it all in there. I'm very sensitive.
I know.
Very cool. Very cool. Okay. Okay. Let's see what we got here. We got.
This, it's
This
just another
is-
thing that vibrates up inside. It goes all the way up in
Interesting.
here
Oh, wow.
to hit those spots up there.
Oh, and it looks like it's just
'Cause-
aerodynamically built. You know what I mean?
Yeah, every girl is built obviously a little bit differently, so
Okay.
that's why it's not easy. I feel sorry for you guys because it really isn't as easy for you to make us come as it is for us
It
to make
certainly
you come.
isn't. It
So
can
you
be
have
quite
to do a
challenge.
little searching. So a lot of guys like the toys because it helps them to do the searching. This is a kind of a cool thing. This is the egg that goes inside and vibrates so that you can have sex. So he can be inside of you
Really?
along with the egg, so you're both getting the vibration,
Wow.
which adds just a whole other layer.
This doesn't.
Yes, yeah, you got it.
This
Oh,
doesn't bother
okay.
the guy.
with his penis in my vagina and a vibrator on it, no, he
No.
doesn't even notice
Oh,
that.
okay.
Amazing, amazing. I see some sort of like a surgical tubing.
No, that's for my shot bra.
Shot bra.
I will.
Oh, now look at this.
Wow.
So this has got a bladder inside
Okay.
that you fill up with your favorite booze.
Oh, I'd love to take these to like sporting events, you know,
Yes.
sneak
and
them
so
in.
people can get shots and
Yeah.
from mother's breast.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's to fill and drain the
Oh,
shot
okay.
bra.
I never heard of that.
This was built for me custom by a friend of mine who's an engineer, a retired engineer. So what do
funny.
retired engineers do in their spare time?
Schematics.
Make shot bras.
There we go.
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very
so-
interesting. Okay. Oh boy.
You like
we're
this
gonna,
one?
we're gonna. This one is unavoidably.
Oh my god.
Feel how heavy it is.
Oh, that
That's-
packs a wall.
That's the meat.
That is a solid.
That was given to me by a client whose eyes were bigger than his orifices. So,
Okay.
Wow.
yeah, so this has never seen the inside of a body.
No.
No.
Well, that would be.
This is for the sex Olympics. You know what I mean?
But people, people use those, but to me, I'm thinking,
My God.
yeah,
Make
it's
the tip.
yeah.
It's
so-
good to your lungs.
Yeah, I could almost give head at the same time I was being married.
You're like, "Oh,
Somehow we have a guitar here. I don't know
Yeah. That was for photo shoots.
oh.
what. Okay. Oh, okay.
Are
I
those
know.
real water balloons?
Those are real balloons. We did a
Oh.
live stream with a balloon segment because of the balloon fetish.
Oh.
Which is
there's-
interesting because I just had somebody, because we're at Bunny Ranch, we have a forum where we have all kinds of conversations going. And somebody just went on there saying, am I really weird because I have this beach ball fetish? Well, it's right along with the balloon fetish. And it's like the bright colors, the texture, the sensuality of the feel of it, the danger that it could pop.
Oh.
All of those things spike adrenaline,
Perhaps
which
they were,
boost testosterone.
and perhaps molested at a pool party. Perhaps. Who knows?
Or perhaps
Who
we're at
knows?
a pool party while they got an erection.
Hell yeah.
Oh.
So,
Glad it's
and
not
see,
a noodle. That's a
one
thicker
of-
gauge.
Yeah, one of the reasons that men have more fetishes is because their junk's out there, and when they're starting to get those hormones, they are more sensitive and more susceptible to getting hard-ons unexpectedly.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
So sometimes when a guy gets a hard-on in any situation, like his mom walks by in a red apron, he sees the color red just as he's coming. Okay, so all of a sudden he's kind of got a fetish for things
And
that
that's
are
how-
red.
Fetishes or.
Fetishes frequently get started that way in a very formative time. And see, the orgasm is the strongest reinforcer in the world. It's a stronger behavioral reinforcer than food. So if you're having orgasms to that fetish at a young age, every time you have an orgasm, it gets stronger, stronger, stronger. You don't lose fetishes. Once you have a fetish, it's yours for life.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's your
okay.
sexuality.
Wow.
Yes.
Nice. Okay. Let's see what else we got here. What else? What else can you?
Well, we've got the belt for
Good old
spankings.
fashioned belt. Okay.
Well, the thing is that spanking, it's not always about the pain. It's about the anticipation of the strike, a little bit of the sting, the sound. So the belt is really good because it makes a lot of nice noise without actually hurting you.
The
and
belt
then-
can also definitely hurt.
This actually also has a lot of erotica on it, so it can make little pretty designs on your bottom.
Funny.
Nice.
Yes.
Nice. It's like
Do
when you
you-
get those like
So
pennies.
you can
and
remember.
Ha.
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you
okay.
hear things in the walls from other girls' rooms, or are they pretty sound?
When I put a glass to the door.
Oh, but not like sitting in
Yeah,
here.
sometimes when we're walking down the hall, you can hear somebody having an orgasm. It's a happy sound.
Oh.
Oh, it's a very happy sound. And the springs creaking. I mean, that's life. That's life happening. Yes, yes, absolutely.
Oh yeah, perfect. So okay, so I'm noticing
The
now
boxing gloves.
boxing gloves.
Yeah,
What's
boxing
going on here?
fetish. You
Boxing
notice these are
fetish?
red. Pink would have been a better color because the girlier your boxing stuff is, the better. But there are guys that want to, it's like the guy that I said I did the Charlie Angels kick. There are other guys that get turned on with the boxing thing. And they might want two girls to fight each other, or they might want to fight you. So either way, yeah.
Do most girls have boxing gloves here?
No, I've had requests, and it's my short hair.
Oh.
People think because I have short hair, I'm a tough girl.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but I'm really a girly girl, but I can be tough.
Mhm.
Yeah, so.
Interesting. So yeah, there's a lot of, and I see knee pads as well. So yeah, that's mainly to beat up the guys. Not usually the guys beating up the women. Probably be, or maybe there could be a
Sometimes.
regular,
Yeah,
a little
but
bit of like a
not
get in
really.
there, rock. You
Yes.
know, don't go
And then
down.
we have the animal tails for,
Animal tails.
yeah, a little bit of cosplay.
Cosplay, yeah. I've seen. I know a couple of comedians that are into this.
I was gonna say the guy that
Yes.
does stand up with the tail.
What he actually wears a tail, yeah. And
Yeah.
He wears a tail.
Yeah.
The
Interesting.
cage. You were talking about the cuck.
Cage. Okay.
Yeah.
So, like for that cuck, like that wedding, that nasty wedding day thing that you were talking about.
Yeah,
Some
yeah,
other
yeah,
guy is fucking the bride while she's still in her dress. The groom could be wearing this so that he can't. His penis is in here.
That looks
So-
just painful.
Wow.
It looks painful, but it only gets hard as to the cage, and then if it does start to hurt, it probably, if he's not turned on by that, it probably will kind of back off, subside. But like he could be sitting on the couch there while
Wow.
the usurper that takes care of his wife in front of him, and he can't do anything. He can't even touch it.
Oh my gosh.
Yes, so that's part of the whole cuckold. And cuckold was, until the whole tranny thing started coming out, cuckold was the fastest growing fetish in the world.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it came out of England. It's primarily
Out of England.
It's
An
primarily
English word.
yes, it is. It's a mental fetish, an intellectual
Oh.
fetish. So it's usually somebody who's extremely powerful in their own world. Usually somebody who's wealthy. Nobody ever questions them. Nobody ever second guesses them. Whatever they do gets done. And they usually have a hot wife. And so then the third element is the bull. And it's usually a black guy who's extremely physically superior in every possible way. From being super fit to being good looking to being well hung.
And then cuckold is, the definition is having sex with your partner in front of you and you can't do anything
And the
about it.
bull takes care of the hot wife, and the cuck doesn't get to participate or anything. And it's very, there's as many things that you can do with cuckold as there are with BDSM. It's that broad a category. So it's everything from just watching, a guy watching his wife have sex with another man, to all kinds of humiliation and all kinds of mechanism, you know, male on male activity. So it can go as light or as deep as you want it to go.
This does look like something, by the way, for Hannibal Lecter's cock. Like he just put it on there.
And his cock will never hurt you again.
Amazing.
Wow, look at the English.
Yeah.
And is this, you paint, body paint?
paints,
Oh,
yes.
okay. Can I open it?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it's well used at this stage.
Oh, there goes a nail.
Uh-oh.
I can't open it. Oh, there you go. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Lots
so-
of colors.
Yeah, lots of colors. I've used it quite a bit. Need to get another container, but yeah, I've done. But I once did it at a party. I was gonna have everybody paint each other.
Oh, fun.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I ended up painting everybody.
Oh, jeez. I used to live in Laguna Beach, and at one of the galleries, they had a woman on display that they had,
Uh-huh.
she was nude, except for had a little G-string,
Uh-huh.
totally painted, and you couldn't tell, like,
Yeah.
what,
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't
Yeah.
clothing.
Yeah, I've done. You look good as a pirate.
Thank
Yeah.
you, thank
Yes.
you. So what
Yes.
does this go? So people want maybe a pirate fetish, perhaps.
Yes, we could do that.
Do you do the voices?
R.
Not really, not well. But I guess I'm not paying for the voices. Okay.
Yes, actually, in a pirate fetish, being the winch, I wouldn't be doing much talking.
So they come in, they're doing the pirate talk.
They're the pirates,
Wow.
and you know what the winch is for.
Yeah.
Banging.
Yeah.
Banging. Okay.
Exactly.
Interesting.
But we also have theme events too.
Looks like you have the Jackie Onassis. Is
Oh,
that
yeah.
what this is?
Well, for tea parties, we have tea parties every week. So we dress up. We have our little tea, and we dress up with our hats, and we have our treats and our presents.
You put the
We
cream
talk
in there. You know what I
business.
mean? Cream.
Yes.
Come.
Yeah, well, and you were, I don't, did we say this on camera, how you were talking about educating the girls with like the financial planner?
Right, we have somebody come in, like, every once in a while I have a guest speaker. So I had a financial planner come in, she talked to them about how to do their taxes, how to manage their money, how to invest. Then the next time, her husband was the dungeon master that I told you about. So the next week, the dungeon master came in and went to the dungeon with us and taught us about BDSM.
Oh, cool.
So it's a wide variety of people that we bring in to teach us. So anything that helps expand her view and helps her to be able to be a better business person and to grow her business, that's what we try to bring in.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Where do a lot of the girls go from here? Like they spend how many, like months, years here?
Some girls spend years. Some girls, if they spend months, it's usually like one or two tours and they're done. They just weren't cut out for it.
How long is a tour usually?
Girls decide on their own. I don't like 2 weeks is the minimum. I prefer a brand new girl come here to stay at least a month or longer for her first tour. Because what happens is, she shows up to the brothel. Nobody knows she's here. Nobody knows who she is. She doesn't know what she's doing. She can count on the lineups, getting picked out of a lineup, but that's a really sparse way to get your business. So she's going to have to get up to gear. We're going to have to get her online. She's going to have to write some blogs. She's going to have to do some online marketing. She's going to have to be communicating. I'm going to have to put out so it takes, and then the people see that she's there, then they got to make arrangements. So they might be flying in from another state. They might have to get vacation time. They might have to buy a plane ticket. So there's that downtime before she makes money.
Okay.
And it's the worst when she first starts. So that first tour is the most important, that she spends her time, just stays here and holds the line.
Kind of like a soldier in Afghanistan. So the first tour is usually the most shocking, and then they come
Yes.
back and they just, okay,
Yes,
they're
and
into
then
it.
once she's done that tour, she's had some clients. Some of them are going to come back to her, so she's already got her first regulars. So now she can depend on some business. And she's already on the website. She's, people already know she exists. So now the next time is going to get easier and easier and easier as she gets more clients.
Brother, I can't believe I didn't think about this before, but do you have then certain women that come here to work and then they take their business maybe to their own area, maybe outside of the house?
Yeah, if they do that, that is like, if we have any taboos at all, that's the taboo.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's not regulated.
Yeah, it's not only illegal, but it's also just not right.
It's
I
bad.
mean,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
the brothel came here and they helped the girl and they set her up in business. They taught her what to do. They created this whole system so that she can be successful. And it's just bad ethics
It's the
to
rudest
screw
bad code
over
of
the
conduct.
person that's helping you.
Yeah.
It's just wrong. And the thing is that if you're going to stay a sex worker, you're going to keep coming back to the brothels. Like I took a 3-year leave and then I came back. You come back. I mean, this kind of gets to you because it is a wonderful culture, and a lot of the girls don't want to leave it behind. Some of them think they can go off by themselves away from the house and that it's going to work, but that's lonely.
Yeah.
It's extremely lonely. You don't
Well-
have the sisterhood. You don't have the support system. You don't have any of that.
Well, I would think that one of the biggest benefits of a brothel is the sisterhood and having the protection.
Security.
Yes.
Yeah, the security.
Yeah, it's very safe.
Yeah.
See,
Absolutely.
Because you have someone in your home and you think you know them well, and then they think, oh, I'm alone with you, and then I can do what I want.
mhm.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. See, this is very regulated because the gentlemen don't go, except for sometimes our vacation people, but they've been here for like the whole week. But generally, the gentleman is escorted to and from the room. He's never in the house without an escort or supervision. So it just, it's really safe.
Yeah, that's why I wanted to ask too if there's security and things
Oh
like
yeah,
that. Yeah.
we have in-house security, but we don't really have to use it.
Oh, that's
Like I
nice.
said, men's manners, it's pussy and politeness. They're always on the same. The higher chance you have to get pussy, the higher the politeness.
That's real. That
It is real.
I just had, by the way, my first sad moment of this. I tried on the Dilettos. And like a Cinderella, it's not the right size. I don't fit in the
But he
Dilettos.
does because Man Babe likes to dress up. So there
Really?
are plenty of big. Yeah, that's why he's got Man Babe.
You want me to pick this up?
So he's got plenty
not
of
me.
big shoes that would fit you.
Oh,
Yes.
okay. So there's
so
hope
if you
for
want
me
to dress
still.
up, and then
Okay.
and we have cross dressers. Some of our favorite
Perfect.
people
Yeah.
that come here are cross dressers.
I was hoping I was going to be kind of the Dildorella, the Cinderella with dildos, but
Yeah.
the dildo shoe. But no, not this
Now
time.
you're
Not-
dildo
maybe
stepsister.
in the, yeah, I really am. I really am.
Sister. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
So let's
Oh
see.
yeah, the shower.
Come around here. We're
Okay.
also in like a half cribs or whatever. Who knows? You got the classic ones. You got the naughty Miss Santa.
Yes.
You got NASCAR horror. I don't know.
Yeah, you
What
pretty
else
much
we
got it.
Here. Perfect,
Yeah.
perfect. Just a bunch of slinky, sexy outfits.
Yeah.
This is a very minimalist look, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah.
Just that.
Now see, I put my clothes and my shoes out because a lot of people have fetishes for particular kinds of fabrics and
Oh,
particular
yeah.
kinds of shoes. And that way, if they see it, they can say, you know what, could you put that on for me?
Oh, yeah.
Whereas, me just trying to ask them online, what do you like? This is so much easier.
Perfect. And then a fantastic shower. This is
Oh,
actually,
yeah.
I mean, you gotta look at some of these. Just from a housing standpoint, you have a giant, like a jacuzzi tub, standing shower, bidet, toilet,
Yes.
nice little raised sink.
Now, Dennis stood here and his girlfriend stood here,
Uh-huh.
so that they could gauge the heights of these.
I gave Ron Jeremy a lap dance once.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, I decided to have sex with him because I didn't want to be
Really?
the last person on the planet to not have sex with him except for my mother.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey, how was that?
It was sweet because he had just gotten out of the hospital after almost dying.
Oh,
So I was
wow.
like one of the first people he had sex with. So it was like a really sweet encounter. It was not, and I doubt if it was probably his typical porn star bravado.
Yeah.
It was just a sweet and tender encounter. It was lovely.
Oh.
Good. He made almost like kind of love in a way.
Yeah.
And he's doing comedy now.
He is doing stand-up.
He's funny as hell.
Yeah.
He's crazy funny.
Love him.
I gotta see.
We got the wonderful book here, Sex Warrior, by Sonia Bandolik. Wonderful guest. You do any plugs? Are you going anywhere soon? Doing any type of talks? Anything?
Oh, yeah, book signings, anything?
Probably when I'm done here. I'm writing Madam on the Menu. When I get all 3 books done, I'm probably gonna see if one publisher will pick them up and do them as a trilogy.
Oh, a trilogy.
Oh, nice.
Lord of the Cock Rings
Yeah.
style.
There we go.
Perfect. The
There we
saga. I
go.
like it.
Yes.
I like it. Cool. Well, thank you
Yeah.
so much,
Cool.
Sonia.
Yeah,
This
thank
is
you for
fantastic.
having
Oh,
us.
it's
This
my
was very
pleasure.
sweet.
Well,
Yeah, very nice of you.
Sonia, you're awesome. Thank you.
yeah.
Perfect. Cool.
Right.
All right. We are done.